All right, welcome back to the Man Cave. I'm your host. You know who I am, but I'll say it anyway. Black Irish. How you guys doing today? I'd like to give a shout out to my man Joe Pugh. Good to see you again. Thank you for tuning in. Before I get started, I'd like to go through a few people who have just subscribed to my channel. We got Luke Dabolskiskis. Sorry if I butchered your name. So sorry. No problem. Millie, thank you for joining the Man Cave. Alex Carmentes, thank you very much for joining the Man Cave as well. Dobesius 143 and Horton Oh, wow. Okay. Horton, thank you for joining the Man Cave. If you can try to figure out a way to help me pronounce your name, sorry if I butchered it up. But anyway, thank you very much for joining. Grab a glass. So I got a video for you today. It's gonna be a short one. It's our lovely little girl who goes on trips. She's all about the cucking and how she talks to her fans like they're nothing. And basically, for some reason, again, is on a trip and she couldn't help but notice Passport Bros. This is the second time that I've watched one of her videos where she had a huge problem with Passport Bros. Honestly, even though I make videos about women, I don't go to other countries and care who's there with me. I'm too busy enjoying my life. So, without further ado, I'm sure you've seen her. Let's play the video. Oh, by the way, she clearly did have ruffled some feathers because her comment section was turned off, and I was curious to see what she said. I guess some people were bothered by what she said.
Hello guys, my name is Bella. Welcome back to my channel, and in this video I want to talk about something a little bit controversial, but I feel like this has to be addressed. Recently my
Controversial.
videos have been attracting a lot of the Passport Bro community, and if you don't know what Passport Bros are, they're basically men who are fed up with the dating lifestyle in the West. They're fed up with the way women are in the West.
I just want to get something straight. You will always know when it goes like this. They read it from the same script. Everyone that has something bad to say says exactly the same way. Oh, they're fed up with the West. They go elsewhere. They always phrase it exactly the same way that everyone who's about to insult them says it. 100%.
So they decide to go to other countries such as Southeast Asia or South America or Africa, whatever, just not in the West, to find a girlfriend or a wife or, somebody to have fun with and be on their side. And the thing is that I believe that these passport bros are just betas
See?
who have disowned their betaness. They're betas who are not standing up to their betaness. They just don't want to admit it. Okay, and we are going to get into all the details why I think this is this way. And yeah, but before we get started, I also want to say that everybody is allowed to have their own preference, okay?
But
So if you are a man watching me and you are genuinely into, I don't know, Asian women, Mexican women, I don't know, Nigerian women, I don't care.
but
This is your own preference,
but
okay? But if you're genuinely this kind of a person, you would not be on YouTube watching videos like this, and you would not be in the Passport Bro community, because Passport Bro community is just men who are being triggered by the Western women. So they go online and hate on all the Western women who are not the way they want them to be, and they're trying to prove to themselves that they can get what they couldn't get in Europe, they can get it in other countries, right?
yeah, that's the whole point. The same way that you went to another country to go on vacation to complain that you saw passport bros with better women. This is the same person who's literally saying that they're losers, but the loser who's on vacation had to make a video, not when she got back, but on vacation, just so she could talk about other losers. If the passport bros are losers, you're a bigger loser talking about losers on a channel when you should be on vacation relaxing, which clearly by yourself.
If you're someone who is genuinely into all this type of woman, you'll be right now, I don't know, where in the Philippines, taking care of your mixed children, having a peaceful life, not on YouTube, considering yourself a passport bro
She has a
or
YouTube channel.
involving yourself with this kind of a content. But since you're here, since this video was recommended to you, you are a passport bro, and or you're somebody who is in this community
Women can
and
never
wants
see
to know
themselves
more
as losers.
about this and generally does not like Western women, okay? And these are the people I'm going to be addressing. These are the people who are, in my opinion, the disowned betas, the people who genuinely are into different nationality women would just not get involved with Western women at all, right? Not even on YouTube, not on Reddit, not in the comments, nowhere. They would just have their peaceful life. But since they're getting involved, this video is for you. So the reason why you are going to the other countries to find a woman is because the women in the West are not respecting you, okay? And it's so easy to put the blame on the women, like, oh my god, women are entitled, women are feminist in Western countries,
They
women are
are.
not feminine,
They are
all the
not.
like whatever point. It's so easy to point fingers at women, like she's this, it's the woman's fault, this is the reason why I'm going to Thailand, whatever, to find a woman.
Casper Rose go to find a better life and leave the West because of the nonsense. It's not just to find a wife. They do have better wives who have traditional values in other countries. But I think this is the problem. Women love to keep saying, "Oh, it's easy to say that." How many times have you watched videos of women who literally go out of the way to say, "Well, men are this, men are that. This is the reason why I'm," and they never say jack squat about how women are using men as excuses. They just don't like the spotlight. We already know this.
See, the thing is, can you can you just really take a mirror and look at
Hmm.
yourself for a while?
See?
It's so easy to blame the woman, but can you for once take a look into the mirror and look at yourself? Because if Western women trigger you, if you are not satisfied with the way they function, with the way they are entitled, then they're triggering you, okay? If they would not be triggering you, you would not be a Pasper bro, okay? But they're triggering you. And whenever something triggering you, it's because there's something wrong about you. There's something triggering something in you. Okay, so whenever you experience this kind of a trigger, it's important to take a mirror and ask yourself, what part are they triggering in me? And what I have noticed in my life dealing with Passport bros is that
Why are
it's
you dealing with them
their
if
own
they're beneath you?
insecurities. Either they cannot afford a Western woman, they are not tall enough for a Western woman, they are not successful enough for a Western woman, they're not educated enough. Because let me tell you one thing, there are alpha male in women, and alpha male is felt. It doesn't matter if you are a true alpha male, you would not have a single problem getting any woman. Doesn't matter if it's from America, doesn't matter if it's from Europe, doesn't matter if it's from Antarctica, I do not care. If you are a true alpha male, you would not have the slightest problem getting any woman in this world. But since you are inferior, since you are insecure, and you don't have what it takes to get any woman in this world, you just lower your standards in a way and go to these other countries where you are going to get that masculinity hit because you cannot get that in Western country. You know,
So let's let me make something perfectly clear. So you going to get women who are more fit, friendly, more family oriented. That is lowering your standards. Not the woman who has a 50 body count. Not the woman who has 3 or 4 kids. Not the woman who is a 2 demanding things on a 10 level. No. And I want you to listen to how she's speaking. Everything is insulting, insulting, insulting. Mind you, if you've seen any of her videos, you know that her whole thing is built on talking down to men and they should be cucks. It is a superiority complex that women have, like women like her at least have. She clearly is from another foreign country, but I guess the same thing is happening in men in Europe, and she's triggered by it. She keeps talking about the words triggered, but the honest truth is she sounds triggered. When you start throwing insults left and right, you are a triggered individual nonetheless. And that's exactly what she's doing. She was bothered by the comment section. That is exactly why she turned off the comment section. If she didn't, I would respect her somewhat. Somewhat.
Western countries, you have to be someone to get that. You have to be educated, you have to make a lot of money, you have to make all this. But since you probably are not on any of this is why you go to these other countries to get women where they are going to respect you. Because in these other countries, you know, if you go to Thailand, if you go to Philippines, if you are a white man or an American man, you're automatically getting worshipped. Why? Because they
They're not
automatically
worshiping
think
you.
that you are bringing Western money. Okay, that you're someone because you're somebody from the West. And these kind of countries, they kind of worship the West in a way that they are definitely making more money than people in Southeast
She's
Asia,
never
for
traveled
example.
before.
So of course, a Southeast Asian woman is going to respect you and love you even more, and give you all the attention and be all this submissive, beautiful girl, whatever, for you, because she automatically, this is the image of Western men in their mind. But as soon as you come back to Western country, as soon as you come back to the United States of America or to Europe, you are automatically nobody. You know, you have to be really someone in these countries to be admired, okay? You have to be someone. But since you're not, this is why I go to these other countries. And this is why I go on the internet and spread hate about Western women, because they're triggering you. They're triggering your inferiority. They're triggering your lack of money, your lack of confidence, your lack of masculinity.
So let me ask you a question just before I let you finish. So when just out of curiosity, when women were doing all this and talking down about men and they're not ish and this and that and the third, were they triggered? You ever notice that women never see themselves as broke, triggered, upset, less than attractive? They never see themselves as any of those things. But women love going online and saying, "Oh, you're triggered because you speak." So what does that make a woman who's been doing it for decades? Oh, of course not. Women don't call out other women because you can't turn against the sisterhood.
But you're not gonna be triggered if you go to these other countries, but you're because you're automatically a god. A true
Who
alpha
said that?
does not care where he is because he's gonna be able to get any woman. And what I've also noticed is that
She sounds triggered.
some of these passport bros, they just don't want to put any effort into the relationship. You know, in the West you have to put effort, right? In the West you have to actually make some money. You have to spend money to be with a woman. You have to really work to do that. But as soon as you go to these other countries, it's so simple for you to get admiration, to get any
It's not.
woman to treat her, because everything is cheap. So you're just somebody who is fucking lazy and does not want to put any
Oh my
effort into
gosh,
these
she's so
women.
triggered.
Just want to get everything for free because no, you know you're gonna get that because you're someone in these countries
She is
since you're
so
no one
upset.
in the West. So what about you just admit that you are just not having what it takes to be an alpha in the Western country, and this is why you're feeling so triggered by Western women, and you go to these other countries to make up for this trigger
Says
and to
the
get a
woman
little bit
who's
of a hit of
ramping.
admiration, since you can't get that anywhere else. Influential and very rich men in the West. And let me tell you one thing, they like a good challenge, okay? They like to be able to get the best woman of the best. Doesn't mean she's gonna be masculine, but they just want to have a challenge, right? They don't want to get anybody easy like you can get in the Philippines or in Thailand or whatever, just because you're a white man. Or you're a Western man coming with Western money.
See, this is why I say women have absolutely no idea what men are and what they are about. Men don't want challenges. That's your first mistake. This is how I know that women have zero idea what a man wants or needs. It's not about the challenge. Men don't want challenge. Women love challenge. They love this whole and women always say we're so different, but they love the whole we're not different, but we are different, but we're not really too different, but we're kind of different. Men don't want challenge. They want the most easiest, simple thing possible. And it usually comes from a woman who's down to earth. This woman is 100% triggered, but is talking down the passport bros. And you can tell she's triggered because once again, she turned down her center because she didn't want to hear any more of it. Triggered much?
Actual rich alpha male like a challenge. And the challenge doesn't have to
No, they
have
don't.
anything to do with her being masculine. Actual influential men want a woman on their shoulder that is a goddess. They do not want a woman that anybody can have. Like this woman, I'm not like. Let me tell you one thing. I have been in Southeast Asia. These women are absolutely gorgeous. They are
But,
so caring. They're so feminine. I
but,
am not putting hate on them, but
but,
let's be honest. These women do not have requirements like the Western women do.
yo,
Personally, with some of these women from Southeast Asia that have been dealing with Western men, and what they told me is just simply so sad. They told me that Western men come to these countries just to have low effort fun and then they leave back into their Western countries.
oh, I'm not insulting them, but they're low hanging fruit women. Like, come on. Like, basically, what she just said was well, I'm not insulting you, but I'm insulting you. Like, this is the craziest part about her is that how women do it. They always want to say they're not insulting these women, but then they go down the hill. But they try to clean it up by saying the men are taking advantage of them. I'm telling you, women do not like competition.
Leaving a lot of these women pregnant. And if that is not the biggest loser beta move that there is in the world, then I don't know what is. It's just really pathetic that some of these passport bros just do this because they cannot get the recognition in the West country, you know? They're automatically a god in Southeast Asia. In the West, they're nobody.
I'm gonna leave it at that. I'll leave the link in the description, but I love her so much because it's hilarious when you watch these women get triggered, and she is hella triggered by passport bros. This is the same woman that went on a trip to Asia, and all she could do is think about passport bros. That makes you less than because all you can do is focus on passport bros. Oh my god. I'm sorry. This is it's just hilarious. While she's talking about men being triggered, women are allowed to be triggered because we say they have emotions. She is 100% triggered and can't get over herself. This whole video was just a rant because she was upset that people who were outside of where she could entertain and play with basically didn't care for her. So they don't cuck for her, so she's mad at them. But they've learned I can't get mad at the foreign women because that makes me look bad now. So what they do is we're gonna work together. I don't hate you, but I do hate you kind of situation. Whatever. Insane.